So when you make a quilt, you cut your fabric, you sew it together, and hopefully everything turns out the way that it's supposed to. But sometimes it doesn't. That's what I'm going to be talking about today. Some common errors you can look out for and what you can do to fix it after it happens. Welcome to Epida Studio. My name is Elizabeth and I help you make beautiful things with quilting, pajagi, and embroidery. So if you've been following this series, I've been taking you step by step through how to make a rail fence quilt. And I've shown you how to pick your fabric, how to make the blocks. And if you follow the instructions, then you should have 36 9.5-inch blocks that look something like this. And if you have 36 blocks that all turned out perfectly, then congratulations, you're ready to move on to the quilt assembly. But unfortunately, a lot of times our blocks don't all turn out. So today I'm going to be talking about some common problems, common ways that people go wrong in their blocks, and then what you can do to fix them. Now I'm talking about the rail fence block. Some of the things I'm going to be talking about can apply to other quilt blocks, but then some of these solutions that I'm going to talk about, they won't apply to more complex quilt blocks. So you'll have to use your own common sense to figure out if the solution I give is something that will apply to the problem you have or not. But these will all apply to the rail fence blocks. So first I'm going to talk about what are some of the common problems that we have. So here is our rail fence block. This is our goal of what we want our blocks to look like. And it's 9.5-inch square and it has 3 strips on it. Well, here's one of the most common problems, boop, boom, is that the fabrics are put in the wrong order. And so this is a 9.5-inch square, but we can see it is not the same as the other ones. So in this situation, we can see clearly what the problem was. Things were put in the wrong order. Then another common problem is your block isn't square. This piece, if we measure it this way, we can see it's not 9.5 inches wide. It's 9.5 inches tall, but it's not 9.5 inches wide. And don't panic thinking that the fabrics are not in the same order. The fabrics are in the same order. I just had the one upside down. And so this one is too narrow. Also the same, you could have a block that's too narrow this way. And that can happen if either you cut the fabrics too large or too small, or if your seam allowance isn't 1/4 of an inch. That can also adjust the size of your block. So if your block is not the right size, then that's something else that we can deal with. And then the last thing we have, here is another one. This is a 9.5-inch block, but when we see it, look at it, we can see it doesn't quite line up. These pink strips are the same width, but we can see this blue strip is too wide and the gray strip is too narrow. So that is another problem that we might have with our blocks. So what do we do with our blocks and how do we fix that? Well, the first thing you want to do is count your blocks and see how many good blocks you have and how many bad blocks you have. If you made a problem with 1 or 2 blocks, then you can consider whether you're going to just fix or redo those blocks. But if all your blocks have the same problem and they are all identical, then that is a different solution. So let's imagine for a second I check my blocks and all my blocks look like this with the wide blue fabric and the narrow gray fabric. Then with this pattern, I could just decide, this is my design choice. I'm going to use this block instead of the other one and just totally change the quilt. That would be a fine option. If you've made a mistake in all of your blocks, you can just use them and make your own unique quilt. However, if it's only a couple of blocks, then you have a different question to think about. So then you could think about, am I going to fix those blocks and redo those blocks? Or do I want to just eliminate those and make a smaller quilt. That is also an option, something that you can go with. So that's not something that I have a rule that I can give you. That is a personal choice you'll have to make about how many blocks is too many to fix. But just remember that there are options, and just because your block doesn't fit the initial design doesn't necessarily mean you have to throw it away and it's unusable. Now, another solution, for example, if I had a block like this one that it's not square. This one is too narrow. This is 8 inches wide. Now, 8 inches obviously is too narrow. If it was wider, if I had to cut it 10 inches instead of 9.5, then I could just trim off the extra ½ inch and then I would be good to go. But I can't trim off a tiny bit, and adding on tiny pieces to the side would be challenging. But what I could do, if all my blocks were like this, I could decide to trim them all to be 8 inches square instead of 9.5 inches square, and then I could go on and make my quilt with those. So I could trim either just some off the blue, or I could trim some off of both ends. But as long as I trim that to square, it can be used in a quilt. If all your blocks are the same size square, then they will go together. So if you have the problem like this, then you could do that. If you cut, for example, half of your blocks too small, then you could just trim them all down to be smaller and you could use those. Now, here's the most difficult. If I had a couple of blocks that were like this and the rest of them were all the other way, now I'm in a situation where I would have to rip out those seams with the seam ripper and move things around to get the fabric in the right orientation, because that block is going to stand out in the quilt. It's not going to blend in. So sometimes you do have to take out the seams and resew the pieces together, but you don't always have to. Sometimes there's another solution that you can use. So when you're checking your blocks, if they have problems, think about, how many do I have? Is there another way that I could use these blocks without taking them apart and redoing them? Or can I just make a smaller project? Those are all perfect solutions. So if you've made blocks and you found that you have a problem with it, you can always put in the chat what happened with your blocks, and you can ask for solutions, and maybe I or somebody else can come up with a solution that means you don't have to rip out your pieces. You can still use those in your finished project. So that's why I like the rail fence, and I always recommend it as a quilt for beginners, because it is pretty forgiving. If your seam allowances aren't accurate, you make a mistake with cutting, then as long as you can trim down all your pieces to be square at the end, then you can go ahead and make a beautiful quilt with them. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's a great way to practice and develop your skills. So let me know how your blocks turned out. And in the next video, we're going to talk about laying them out into a quilt top. For more quilting patterns and tutorials, you can check out my website, epidastudio.com.